Before we begin, thank you very much to Brian B for joining the Patreon campaign. Thank you very much for the support. Always appreciated. Thank you. I know it's been over 200 days of shout outs in a row. I'm out of ways of saying thank you, but I continue to say it thank you very much. When I say I can't do this without you, I genuinely mean it. So to everyone who thinks I'm worth a couple bucks a month, thank you. You are literally keeping me able to do this. So, I'm not going to lie, it's been a rough time. It's been a rough day. So, I need something a little bit small and simple and something relaxing. And I thought as long as everything was set up for my reviewing, I might as well crack something open and get a little bit of a reactionary video out of it too. So, a friend of mine, Kamori Black Phoenix, was kind enough to send me a couple things, one of which they made, and you might see that at some point, but this was also in the box as well. 5-in-1 Transform Dino Robot. Right off my Christmas list. So, yeah, if you can't tell, it is a bootleg version of the Transformers Prime Terrorcons of all things. Produced by TJOmega. It's amazing you haven't been sued. A whole $10 to get all 5 of them. These 5-in-1 Mega Robot. Man, it looks even like this has never been a smooth combiner, but it definitely looks worse when you've got no idea how to actually transform it as well. See, let's take a look at the back and see what we got here. We got a big shot of the Mega Robot, which doesn't seem to have an alternate head unless they failed to transform it out. I haven't opened this. Well, I have opened it, but, you know, I have not actually messed with any of these. So, who are our new characters? So, Hunger is being portrayed by Double Dragon. Haven't played Double Dragon in a long time. Don't remember when they introduced the two-headed yellow dragon monster. Playing the role of Sinner Twin is Double Dragon. You have like imaginary geniuses at work here, right? Replacing Ripper Snapper, or no, this would be Blot. This would be. There's two that look very similar, but I guess this is the Blot. Monster. Now, let's be fair here with Blot. That's not too far off. I don't think we ever really agreed on what Blot was anyway. Now, portraying Ripper Snapper is Tyrannosaurus Rex. Red Claw, you watching? Can you tell me what species of dino that is? Because I'm pretty sure it ain't a T-Rex. Just saying. Just saying. And then we have, as Cutthroat, Pterosaurs. Multiple. There's more than one pterosaur in there. Not entirely sure about that, but hey, let's go with it. Ages 3 and up, which I'm pretty sure is way younger than what is on the actual Transformers Prime packaging. So yeah, this is what we're getting into today. So the big thing about this is these are upscaled. They're like 3 times upscaled from a Legion class Transformer. So let's get this thing open. And we'll actually see what exactly we've gone into. Let's grab, I guess, Hunger. Might as well start with the leader of the batch. It's a very bright yellow. It's coming across a little bit orange on my camera, so we'll see if I can fix the lighting. I'm fixing that. So, yeah, this is what we've got going. This is our Hunger. And I'll tell you right away, it's actually not terrible. So, plastic quality on knockoffs always feels a little bit weird, but this is not terrible. I've definitely felt worse. It's got a weird, like, mismolded, like, weird, like, clicky thing. Hang on, is it? Yeah, it's just rubbing up against the arm. I don't even remember the original toy doing that. But yeah, let's, oh, it's off its hinge here, it looks like. Yeah, I can't tell which hinge is wrong. There we go. It still doesn't close up. Do I need to twist his head? Do I need to rotate his head? Oh, completely hollow in the back. Not a surprise. Yep, needs a head twist in order to transform. So, joints are actually surprisingly solid. A little bit more solid than I was expecting, at least. So there is that. Hinges feel terrible. This is real loosey. See, how is it as like a quick little hunger? It's okay. It's okay. Like, oh. Hang on, we do have a problem. The hinges in the feet are way too loose. He can't hold himself up. We have a problem. We have a problem. Just leave him like this. He's supposed to be a quadruped anyway, right? So I guess we're just gonna leave him like that and pretend like everything's okay. All right, this is gonna bode well for the combined mode, I'm sure. Who next? Who next? Let's get Blot out here. You know, and it's still confusing the two. Wow. Ooh. Oh, I forgot they did this like split body thing. Oh no. Let's see. Yeah, head actually goes back. Yeah, this one doesn't feel nearly as good. It has to peg together to hold, and doesn't feel great when it does it. Not really great. Let's get this out of here. I'll point out the fact that they come with some of the weapons, and the weapons are similar, but they've remolded them for some reason. They are not exactly the same ones, even though it's the same shapes. So I don't know why I go through the trouble of knocking off these toys and then like going through the effort of actually remolding the guns. It's a little bit odd, not gonna lie. How do I these? I'm trying to remember because like I have not messed with these in so long. Like that's not how it goes, is it? Oh no, it must be. It must be. Can I get the knee to swerve around, like side hand these things? Yes, I can. Yeah, the hinges are just like a mess on all of these things. Like, and you know, that's not shocking. Hinge tolerance is a tricky beast. Oh. Can I? Okay. So this is how you got to transform it into the beast mode. There's no way to peg it together from what I can see. Just everything just kind of rests there. And then there is no slot. There's no cut in the ball joint in the hip to actually get his legs to stay straight. So he's just like this. And there's nothing I can do about this. I'm trying to look. I'm like trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's like, do I have it mistransformed somewhere? Obviously, it's been a long time, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I can't get it any cleaner than that. So okay, so how do you stand up? Well, you stand. You're definitely bow-legged. Okay, so Blot with rickets, not all that great. Let me set that aside. Let's go with the, yeah. So you're already like cut above the rest here. Like, okay, so you're an imitation center twin. We acknowledge this, but you also have a green and gold color scheme. So you are so far up my alley. What I love about this is that all the artwork and everything on artwork, like they actually paid an artist for this. No, all the photos have these as just like big shoulder details. They try to use the beast mode legs as the robot arms, which admittedly, these don't look like robot arms, but we're going with it. We're playing along with it. Oh, that didn't stay in very well. That just wanted to fly out. But no, like I don't mind the look. You know, the new head is the new heads on these are weird. Let me zoom in on this one. He just constantly like a dull surprise expression the entire time. It looks like he's waiting for the doctor to put a tongue depressor in his mouth. Like it's not the prettiest. It's also like this, you know, compared to everything else, very simple in design. Like I never understood the idea of like they're putting like maybe it's like one of those like as long as it's so and so different, as long as it's a certain percentage of difference, it is legal, something like that. It still feels very straight up knockoff, and I still don't know why they like put the extra molding work in if they're just going to copy everything else. Let's see, how does transforming you work? Let's see, a little rough. All right, so get the thighs up there. Get the. How do I can I do anything with the head, or is it hard molded into... I think it's just hard molded in. I don't think there's anything I can do with the head. Yeah, it doesn't retract in any way. So yeah, because there's no hinge. There's no hinge in the body to actually separate it and tuck the head away. Okay, I guess we're just going with this then. Which, this is terrifying, by the way. Look how thin that piece is. Look how, like, this is like... Oh, and there's our first part. There's our first part pop. Oof. Can I get it back in? It's a little bit stiff. There we go. Okay, so... Oh, geez. There's nowhere to peg it in. There's no, like, slot. There's no friction thing to, like, keep, like, his legs swivel in place. How to Train Your Dragon, this is not. Certainly not How to Transform Your Dragon. Like, color-wise, I'm fine with him, but whew, he does not feel good. Does not feel good. Who's left? Okay, I guess we do Cutthroat. Yeah, let's get Cutthroat out here, who's looking very Terrorsaur. Looking like the only one who has some sort of Transformer inspiration. His head is a Kimbo. So there's a slot here where the head's supposed to go, but you see these spines along the neck, and they actually stop the head from going all the way into its intended position. And then if I try to, like, shrink all this down, it just kind of springs up. So something in there is not good. Something in those tolerances is just not cooperating. Does not want to be involved in this situation. I don't blame it. So I haven't really done a size comparison, because I know if you're not familiar with these. So the old Legion class were actually pretty small, and I don't have one available right now to really give you an idea. But here is what a current core class, or what current, it's from Power of the Prime, so you get an idea. So it's almost core class size, but a lot of these are actually bigger. You know, not Cutthroat here is actually the smallest one, but then you have to account for these huge wingspan here and realize the bulk makes them way bigger than the Legion toys that they are copying. Let's see if I can get him transformed really quickly. I don't know if I'm actually going to combine these or not, because like I don't want to leave it incomplete, but at the same time, I don't want to. There we go. Yeah, because the last time I transformed this thing, it was that horrible, like, upscaled deluxe. So, like, this is two times I've now dealt with an upscale version of this design. And the ball joint does not want to hold the wing up at all. We find some position where it has enough friction to actually stay. I mean, again, truth be told, like, it's not bad looking. It's just wrong. And it just feels terrible. But it looks okay. Like, you got the paint all the way through the wings. That's kind of nice for a knockoff. Silver head and the red gray definitely gives it a little bit of Dinobot vibes, or a little bit of Terrorsaur vibes, whichever vibe you're vibing at the vibe. So it's not unsalvageable, but it definitely doesn't feel good like all the others so far. Yeah, weird. I will mention his bow weapon is included. So the weird thing about this set is it only comes with 3 weapons. And again, they're all remolded, which seems to be like the least concern with copyright stuff as far as like copying these molds one for one. You'd think the guns at the very least would be the safest thing for them to just reuse straight up. But no. They had to redo these too. But yeah, like, I mean, for one, they took the blade off of this one, so it doesn't act as a sword anymore. And they only included 3 weapons. So the other ones just have to go brawling, I guess. Alright. Let's finish up with Ripper Snapper. Snap is exactly what I feel like these toys are going to do every time I put my hands on them. Again, a lot of the transformation engineering feels very loose. Doesn't really have any way of holding together. Like, look at all this. Look at this. Look at the plastic lasagna that it's asking me to put together like this. And yeah, it doesn't want to hold. There's some tabs. Okay, we got a hold here. Ball joints are still loose, barely able to hold their position. Yeah, the hips are a little bit better in the hips. All right, how well do you stand up? If I can figure out what your feet are actually supposed to be. Okay. You do fine. See, you do fine. You can hold yourself up just okay. We transform you now. Let's transform you now. Let's see what other nightmares I'm getting myself into. Can't. There we go. Does it rotate back? Okay, it rotates that way. Okay. Actually remember that being like part of the actual transformation. Now that I think about it again. Looks like all this hinges forward. Yep. Oh, also, by the way, big old stress mark right there, right out of the box. All right. If we can, all right. So the head is part of the feet. Yeah, I remember this now. So get the arm out of the way. Get the half of the head flipped out like that. Swing all this over. Close this up. Should close up near this little torso piece so we can, oh, no, hang on. Hang on. Uh-oh. Oh, no. The peg is mismolded. The peg's mismolded. There's a lot of flash on it. I don't know if there we go. A little common issue with a knockoff. So, not surprising that I would run into that. Let's see. There we go. Nothing's holding it there. Nothing's holding it there, but that's as close as I can get to this shark monster he's supposed to be. Ugh. And this is supposed to be a T-Rex. The box called this a T-Rex. Ugh, jeez. And I have no way of holding it up because the ball joints are so weak. It just wants to, like, slump over no matter what I do. Can I hold it by the tail? Let's hold it by the tail. Again, the color schemes are fine. Like, I actually kind of like the unifying gold that I'm finding on every one of the limbs. But, man, it's just... These... Oh, just doesn't want to stand. How do you even stand up? Alright. I guess he barely can. Kinda. Alright. Okay, so I might do the combine mode as like a Patreon exclusive thing, because I don't want to run this video too long for what is ultimately a bygone conclusion. You know how this Abominus combines. You know, this abomination of an Abominus. It's not exactly rocket science. It's not the most complex of combiner. He's basically just standing on his teammate's shoulders while holding the other two in his grip. And we know how this is going to end. It's going to be a floppy mess. So I'll cut it off there and spare you the drama and just let you know, yeah, knockoffs be knockoffs. Now, don't get me wrong, I have fun with knockoffs, and this doesn't mean I do not appreciate the gift, because these kinds of things are inevitably their own brand of weird fun. But, oh man, where every bit of other toy technology gets better, knockoffs just never do. This is just pretty much what you can always expect from them. So, let's wrap it up with that. Might give these guys a work with some polish. See if I can't shore them up a little bit. Make a little bit more of a sturdy set of upscaled Terrorcons. Thank you again, Phoenix, for providing these. I wish they were a little bit better, but that's what it is. That's what a knockoff is. So, not a huge surprise. But thank you, everyone, for watching. This has been a quick trip down into Knockoff World, which we do not explore very often, but we might have to at some point in the future. So, until then, I will see you next time.